Hey Libra, welcome to your January mid-month update. We're going to check in on the love energy, see where things are, if anything has shifted or changed. I am using this deck for just the energy, see what's up. And I'm going to use this deck to pull advice for Libras at the end of the reading. So if you want advice, stick around for that. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle Libra and see what's coming up. So in your initial reading for the month, we got that there was some kind of karmic soulmate. And I talked a little bit about a shadow flame. And that was new to a lot of people. So I am going to be making a shadow flame video to explain what that is. And I will have it up hopefully in the next couple of weeks. It will take me some time, so please be patient. Because it's a deep topic. And I want to explain it thoroughly. And I also want to try to keep the video short. So subscribe and hit notification if you haven't already. You'll get a notice when that video is up. Okay, guys. All right, Libra. So we're going to see what is happening with your love energies for the week ahead. Alrighty. Not the week ahead, I'm sorry, for the rest of the month. This is the mid-month check-in. I do weekly readings, so I'm used to saying week ahead. I do week ahead general. Ooh, Libra, Queen of Swords. So if you remember, those of you who watched the video for January, I said a lot of you had somebody who was maybe coming in. And for some of you, this is energetically. Some of you, the person hasn't reached out quite yet, but they might energetically be courted to you. You may be dreaming about them a lot, or you may feel like you can feel what they're feeling, or you can feel like you feel what they're thinking about you, or just in general, you might feel like they're sad. When people are psychically courted, that happens a lot of the time. So for some of you, this person's just in your energy field and like they don't let go. And for some of you, this is somebody who's showing up and who's like wanting another chance, or who's like not wanting to let you go. Or for a lot of you, most of you, this is somebody who's already been in and out of your life before. So Queen of Swords to me is all about setting boundaries. It's like having to put your foot down. And whether you identify as male or female, this card can still apply to you. It doesn't mean that because it's a queen, it's not an energy that's going to apply to you. Queen of Swords is just like, she doesn't mess around. She knows what she needs to do, and she doesn't have time or patience for anybody who's going to be messing her up or taking her off the path. And that's one of the things I explain about the shadow flame. The shadow flame will take you off your path. Queen of Swords is not having it. She's like, it's not happening. It's not happening. So Libra, you may in mid-month through the end of the month be finding yourself in situations where you're having to put your foot down. You're having to put your foot down and to say no. For some of you, this could be some family situation, or even a work situation that's negatively affecting your love life. Maybe you have family members that don't let you have a life of your own because they're always needing you for stuff. Or maybe it's a work situation where you can't have a personal life because they're always having you work. And so for some of you, you're setting boundaries in that area. You're setting boundaries as far as whoever or whatever has been blocking you in love or getting in the way of you having a healthy relationship. You're not about it, and you're not going to deal with it. You're setting boundaries. Your next card, Libra, is Three of Wands. Some of you are wanting to get away. You're really wanting to get away. And some of you are just like, you're already looking at your other options. You're already looking at who else maybe you can get together with, or who else maybe you can get to know. I do feel like some of you are thinking or planning on traveling overseas to see someone, or you're hoping somebody from overseas is going to travel to see you. So there's definitely maybe you're broadening your options of romantic partners, or how to solve whatever situation's going on in your love life. For some of you, this is like a full-on physical moving, or a full-on physical, like you're thinking outside geographically, you're thinking broader. And for some of you, it's not geographically broader. You might be expanding your type. You might be looking at people that you wouldn't have considered before. And that happens, guys, like when you are shifting your energy, when you're healing and you're coming into a higher vibration, your type will change. All of a sudden, you'll be like, why am I finding this kind of person attractive? I never found this kind of person attractive before. Because we're attracted very little to do with looks, and people don't know that. People don't realize that. We're attracted based on energy more than anything else. And so when your energy is shifting to a higher vibration, you're going to be attracted to higher vibrational people. And it's not going to be something that you really notice happening until all of a sudden you're like noticing that you're considering or looking at people that maybe you wouldn't have considered in the past. So some of you are broadening out, and you're done with going round and round with a person. Like you're just ready to see who's out there next, like who's next. Who are the options? King of Cups is a very strong energy. It's a very masculine energy. It's loving, but it's firm, and it's somebody who's setting boundaries. When I see King of Cups, I think of like the really fair but very firm dad, like like maybe you would see like in the old school TV shows, like The Perfect Family or whatever. Like you can, I'm sorry, I'm saying like a lot. I'm so sorry, the California is coming out of me. I'll try to reel that in. But the type of dad where if you wanted to say use the car for the weekend or something, he'd be like, okay, fine, but you have to clean your room and take out the trash and mow the lawn. There would be all these expectations or things that you would have to do to earn it. King of Cups is very much that energy. He can be very giving. He can be very nurturing. He can be very generous, but you have to earn it. You have to earn what he's going to give you. He's not a pushover. King of Cups is not somebody who's going to have everything taken from him and then end up suffering or looking stupid or regretting it, because he has very firm boundaries. And I feel, Libra, for a lot of you, you're coming into that energy where you're just like, you know what, I've been around for a while. I know a thing or two. Nobody's gonna take me for a fool. So you're being balanced in your generosity. Another meaning here with King of Cups, some of you may be dealing with a water sign, and some of you may be dealing with a water sign who is really wanting to have something very significant or stable with you, because King of Cups is a very stable energy. King of Cups is very much that husband energy, father energy, head of the house type energy. King of Cups is willing to be around a while. King of Cups is not just some flighty person. So some of you may be dealing with a very significant or promising love interest coming in. Some of you, this person that doesn't want to let you go, they may full on be offering you marriage. They may full on just be like, look, I want to be with you and I mean it, like, let's get married. So some of you, this person's pulling out that marriage card, hoping that it will get you to see or to realize that they're wanting to be with you. But again, I cannot stress enough, Libra, actions speak louder than words, and no relationship is better than a toxic relationship. You're better off not having a relationship. If your choice is toxic relationship or no relationship at all, you're better off with no relationship at all and waiting for the next relationship option to come in. But some of you are letting go of something toxic, and very soon after, almost immediately, you have this healthy vibration coming in. All right, my dears, your next card here is Two of Swords. So you may be feeling a little bit nervous about moving ahead, maybe because you've been through so much, and a lot of you did deal with that shadow flame energy. Again, for those of you who didn't see last week's video, I'll explain very briefly. A shadow flame can come in disguised as a twin flame. A lot of people think that they're dealing with a twin flame situation, but they're dealing with the shadow flame. And the shadow flame is very similar to the twin flame in that there's a very similar soul origin. They're from your soul family, But if you're somebody who's reincarnated in a lot of lives and you've become a better person, and in this life now you're working on becoming a better person, and maybe you were born into a toxic environment or a family that's super negative, and you've had a lot of negative people around you your whole life, but you're trying to come up past that and be positive and be loving, you come to a certain point of spiritual evolution, and then that shadow flame doesn't want you to succeed, and they will come in and they will try to pull you down. They will break your heart, they will sabotage you, they will love bomb you, and then they will ghost you, or they'll gaslight you, or they'll do all kinds of things to make you feel like you're crazy. That's shadow flame. And then a lot of people think, oh, because the connection is so intense, and because this person comes in and out of my life, they must be my twin flame. But you are probably dealing with a toxic energy, because twin flame is not evil. Twin flame is not going to be evil to you. So some of you have had that really intense, painful experience of a karmic soulmate or a shadow flame or something like that. So now that this new love energy is coming in, you might be afraid. You might be afraid to move forward. You might be kind of feeling a little bit stuck. Some of you are feeling afraid to leave a toxic relationship, even though you know it's not good for you. You might be a little bit afraid to move on or move past. So when Two of Swords comes up, it's just asking you to be balanced. It's asking you to take the situation one step at a time. Don't be afraid to look, don't be afraid to open your eyes, because the situation may not be as bad as you're anticipating, or getting out may not be as difficult as you're anticipating, or there may be steps and things that you can take, but you're not going to see them until you're willing to look at the situation. So don't be afraid to assess and evaluate. Your next card, Libra, is the Lovers. So again, making a choice, making a decision. Now this is a major arcana card, so this is choosing between soulmates, and some of you are having to choose between a soulmate that came into your life at a lower vibration and a soulmate that's coming into your life at a higher vibration. Some of you are having to really choose between the past and the present in that way. Some of you are having to redefine what you're looking for in your love life, or what your ideal love partner is. I have a feeling a lot of you have been working really hard to manifest the perfect person for yourself. Some of you may have been full on even vision boarding. Like you might look up in your home or in your bedroom, and it might be on your wall right now, and it's just, you've got everything down, from the physical appearance to the style to personality characteristics, everything, occupation. You might already have all that down on your vision board, but you may have outgrown that vision board, and you may have outgrown that person that you were trying to call in. So I feel a lot of you maybe are having to create a new vision board, or you're having to really take a look at what you've been calling in and realizing you don't want that anymore, and you're calling in a higher level love, or a higher quality of love, or a higher caliber person, I want to say. So there's definitely a shift where you're ready to upgrade. You don't want the karmic, you don't want the old stuff, you're ready to upgrade. And some of you are calling it in very quickly, and you're afraid to move forward. Some of you are very close at calling it in, and you're just having to, like I said, restructure, replan, because you're going to be calling it in very soon. Let's take a look at the advice for Libra, because that's a lot of information to take in. So let's see what advice the universe has, spirit, angels, guides have for Libra in love for the rest of the month of January. And guys, check out your moon sign and rising sign videos too, because that's going to resonate with you more sometimes, or it's going to add extra information for you, extra layers, extra pieces to the puzzle. Check out the weekly readings as well. The weekly readings are general about all areas of life. It's not just love. Work, family, money, spirituality, whatever comes up. And those are already up for the week ahead. Okay, Libra. I'm going to pull 2 cards for advice for love for the rest of January. You all have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now, Some of you might be like, this is stupid because I had the best parents ever in the whole world and I don't have anything to forgive my parents for. Some of you are like, okay, my parents were like whatever, but I'm not mad at them and I don't get how this applies to me. This card confused me a lot when I would see it come up, especially when I first started reading, and it would come up for people that I knew well. And I was like, well, I don't think this person's mad at their parents. And then I learned, I got more experience, and as my intuition grew, I understand what this card means now. A lot of the times it could just be that you're repeating some kind of negative cycle that you saw between your parents. Or something happened where you developed a wrong idea of what love was because of like some way in which your parents' parenting impacted you negatively. And I'll give you an example of what this means. I had a client who really had a like super depressed mom growing up. Her mom was great. Her mom loved her a lot, but was very depressed. And so there was times when she would be very distant, like super distant. And so like she, as a little girl, would like long for her mom. Like she'd be sitting next to her mom and like just longing for her mom to look at her or to hug her, and her mom was just really depressed and just really detached. So that longing, that feeling of longing, she thought that was like love, because she would sit there and long for her mom, and she thought, oh, I really love my mom. I love my mom so much. And so she got into this habit in relationships where she would like really get hung up on relationships of people that were very far away, either long distance or like emotionally unavailable, and she would like long for them, and she would think, oh, I'm like madly in love with this person and I can't get over them. And then one day, through healing and through the work, she had that realization. And she didn't have that problem anymore. She didn't have that problem anymore where she would obsess over somebody or get stuck or get hung up on a person. So that's one example. Or maybe, you know, like you have a belief that people are going to be too busy for you because your parents were really busy to keep or a parent was very busy to keep a roof over your head. And so you might feel like neglected, and that might be an issue that comes up in your relationships where you feel like your partner's never making time for you. So as you're clearing out those experiences, your love life is going to benefit, and you're going to have a higher caliber love life, higher caliber person. The other card coming in for advice, my dears, is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I feel like this is saying, because of your fears, like whatever was kind of put in you as a child that made you kind of fear love in your adult life, is changing for you because a new soulmate is coming in, right? I think for a lot of you, somebody new is coming in, and some of you are very afraid to let this person in. And this is saying, look, just take it slow. Just take it slow. You don't have to promise the world to anybody. You don't have to hand your heart over right away. You don't have to jump into bed with anybody. Just let yourself get to know this person. Get to know this person. Like, think of it as just take like intimacy out of the equation. Take sex out of the equation. Like, it's not going to happen. There's no way. Don't think about those things. Don't think about marriage. Just get to know this person. This person is in front of you. Consider it as like, kids in school that just get to know each other because they're around each other the whole day or whatever. Just take that approach where there's no pressure. It's just kind of, I'm here, you're here, we're talking, we're getting to know each other. You're not thinking about where this is going to go. You're not thinking about sexual thoughts. You're not thinking about like, is this person attracted to me or not? Just try to get into that just very innocent, basic, one-on-one getting to know a person on a core level, and you'll be surprised how much more deep your relationships will be when you're able to do this. Okay, Libra, so again, check out your moon, sun, and rising sign. Let me know if you need a private reading. I'm really enjoying getting to know a lot of you through the private readings. Go ahead and message me via email. All the prices for the readings are listed in the description, and my contact info is there too. And I'm going to have a new system set up in the next few days, hopefully, where you guys can just go online and schedule without having to go back and forth via email. You can order readings online pretty soon as well. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. And I just thank you. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care.